You've got to actually learn. Like, and I think it's worth clarifying because you always say men need to work on themselves. And these guys think they're working on themselves because they're going to the gym. Okay.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the 3 6s as you guys call it.
They're making money. They're reading even some personal development books. But what I think what you're talking about when you say work on yourselves is emotionally, like
and
psychologically,
morally,
right?
yes.
Yeah. Improving your mindset, your ability to tolerate discomfort, your ability to have emotional intelligence, your emotional quotient, your EQ, so that you can communicate properly with people. You can have proper relationships. That's the kind of inner work. You got to get rid of those demons, the hatred that you have in there. You got to come out. Those are the things you got to work on. Going to the gym, that's great. You're making money, that's great. That's not the working on yourself. That's not the deep work.
Well, and don't take
yourself.
the easy way out.
Right.
This is why men don't do that, what you just said, because I bet they even listen to this and they're like, that's way too much. I'm not doing that.
Right.
They want the easy way out.
Right.
That's what the Passport Bros is all about. It's the easy way out. They want to just find a woman, like you said, that has all the things already.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Right.
Like, you can't be somebody who needs to work on these things and expect a person that has already everything that you want.
Right. Exactly.
That's not going to happen.
No.
So they have to realize that being a man and being a human being in general is challenging. It's hard work.
Yeah.
You have to go the path that's going to take you to the healing and where you need to be, rather than, I'm going to go around here. Just like the episode that came out today. It's confusing, but because we record certain times, but
a month ago for
the guy who was talking about how he wanted women and he went and worked on himself and he thought he was perfect and he went and got escorts, and now he's like, but I just want a woman that's not going to nag me and all the good parts of a relationship, not the bad parts.
Right.
That's totally unrealistic.
Right.
You have to deal with the bad parts of yourself and even the bad parts in your relationship in a mature, healthy way to grow so that you will face less resistance in your life.
Yeah.
If you try to cut corners, you're creating more resistance in your life.
Yeah. That's the thing, is that anytime you try to cut corners, it's not gonna work out. There is no shortcut. There's no way. Like, if this were just a thing, then it would be, everyone would be doing it.
Right.
But you don't see that.
Right.
You hear people talking about this is what you should do, but it's a lot of talk, but it's not reality.
Right.
It's not,
It makes me feel like men aren't as logical as they think. If they just agree and adapt these concepps as their truth and perpetuate it to more and more men, when they're not even using their brain to be like, well, how many people do I know that actually were a passport bro? None. I just heard this story.
Right.
That's what we should do. They don't know anybody who's ever done it.
Right.
They're not thinking about, okay, well, if I go to this country, this is how they live. So maybe these women are just in survival mode and maybe they would take it. Like, they're not thinking that far.
Right. Exactly. And
which is not logical to me.
Well, it's funny because, see, men are not necessarily logical. Masculinity is so
that makes more sense.
A lot of men are feminine. They don't even know it because they're more emotional and they let their emotions carry them.
Right.
And take over. That's what, anytime you're spewing off in the comments, okay, I'm sorry, but you have to know that you're not reacting out of logic, because logic says I don't need to respond to some random person on the internet.
Right.
Right. Emotion, even if you've made a logical argument in your emotional comment, it's still emotional because that's what spurred you to do it.
And it's okay to have moments of emotion.
Sure.
Like, we respond to some comments. It depends on the comments. But and everybody has both things, right? Yeah. And again, it could be a whole nother episode, but men are logical and emotional. And it's about the balance of that. And same with women. And I just think men need to realize that at times like this, like you said, they're being more emotional. And they're showing women that they can't control their emotions, that they're not very emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
And a woman is more emotional. And if you come off more emotional as her, even as emotional, that's not safe for her.
Right. Exactly.
Because she has to be the one that you protect in the moments when she is more emotional.
Right.
And if you're more emotional or you're emotional all the time or you're letting it spew out, there's no safety there.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying men can't be emotional at all.
No.
But he has to know how to properly express those emotions.
Right, exactly. And then we talked about that, I think, last episode.
And women should too. They shouldn't be like, I hate you, in the moment or anything like that either. But I'm just trying to explain why that is important.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think
So don't don't get your passport and try to go find a wife.
No, don't. You're gonna get scammed. Okay,
Right. Don't cut corners.
We love you long time until we get to America, and then not so much anymore. It's like no, it's not gonna happen. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but.
Better than